Chapter 8. The Peak of Wishes. The sky gradually darkened, painting the entire forest in a swirling sea of golden orange and deep purple. Within those countless intertwining lights, a shimmering silver rainbow bridge slowly emerged from the clouds, like a path woven from stars, winding its way to the distant sky. Leo stood before the rainbow bridge, taking a deep breath. He gripped the faintly glowing wooden token in his hand, his heart thumping loudly in his ears. Behind him lay a fantastical journey. He had faced his resentment towards his family in the Silent Valley, admitted the reasons for his avoidance before the Mirror of Truth, and journeyed with Lull through the quiet forest, learning to listen and to wait. Now, only one step remained. Just step onto this bridge, and my wish will come true, right? He whispered to himself. Suddenly, a familiar, gentle voice echoed in the air, the voice of the forest keeper. Child, you have come so far. But remember, a true wish isn't about escaping an imperfect reality. It's about learning to love it, to change it, and to be willing to grow with it. Are you ready? Leo closed his eyes. Images of his parents arguing flashed in his mind, scenes he had once desperately wanted to erase. But this time, he saw more. Nights his mom stayed up late making props for him, his dad secretly tucking his favorite candies into his backpack, and those moments, even after a fight, when they still sat at the dining table, eating together just for him. He opened his eyes, his gaze steady. I'm ready. He stepped onto the rainbow bridge, and light instantly enveloped him. With every step, a past memory appeared beneath his feet. The helplessness of his first time running away from home, the sound of him crying under his covers, wishing on a star that night, and the scene in the forest where he laughed, pulling on Lull's tail. The end of the bridge led to a softly glowing door. From inside, a familiar voice drifted out. His mom's voice calling him to wake up, with a hint of impatience, but also deep care. Go back, child. Go and use what you have learned for your true wish, the keeper's voice echoed again. When Leo opened his eyes, he was back in his own room. Sunlight streamed through the gap in the curtains, illuminating a pile of messy toys. He reached out and felt under his pillow. The wooden token that had accompanied him on his entire journey lay quietly there, its glow gone. But it felt warm, as if it held a steady heat in his palm. Downstairs, the clatter of pots and pans mingled with his dad's grumbling. Why is the milk in the wrong spot again? Then came his mom's voice, a little impatient. I've told you 100 times. Leo stood at the top of the stairs, his heart racing. Would his wish really come true? Or would everything just go back to how it was? But he took a deep breath. He didn't run back into his room. He walked downstairs, stood at the kitchen doorway, and quietly said, Good morning. Can I pour the milk for you? His parents both froze, turning to look at him. His mom was the first to recover, a smile spreading across her face. Oh my, our Leo is a little helper today. His dad chuckled. Finally, not a runaway prince, eh? The three of them looked at each other and laughed. This laughter wasn't because all their problems were solved, but because they were willing to start facing them together. Breakfast that morning was a little burnt, and Dad spilled jam on the tablecloth. But they sat together, wiping and laughing, talking about their dreams from the night before. Leo no longer wished that his family wouldn't fight. Instead, he quietly thought to himself, Thank you for still being here, and thank you to myself for not giving up. In the evening, the sun painted the sky a soft orange red. Leo sat by the window, holding the now unglowing wooden token in his lap. He placed it inside a small wooden box he'd made, where he also kept his drawings. The forest, Lull, the Mirror of Truth, and a rainbow bridge that would forever connect him to the wish in his heart. Leo understood. A wish wasn't an end. It was a practice. Learning to understand, learning to speak from the heart, learning not to run away, and learning to believe that when you are willing to take that first step, the entire world will gently, subtly change for you too. The wind outside whispered by, carrying the scent of the forest. He murmured, I think I'll always remember the sound of this wish, not to change them, but so that we can all become better versions of ourselves.